tool. Righto, so we've got the Thermolite board all laid out nice and flat, and we've got the old floor on top to make our stencil. That's why I got my little paint pens. We'll stencil it all out, cut it, and yeah, then we can start looking at putting the board in, making sure it fits in the van. Now I did make a mistake. On my drawings on the computer, I had the Thermolite board, which is the grey board underneath the floor. It's 2440 by 1220, normal floor measurements. When I drew it up in 3D on the computer, I made it 2440 by 1440. So I actually need to go and buy another sheet because it was incorrect. I found that out though when I put the floor and did the stencil up, and I was like, this doesn't fit. It should fit. Went and measured it. Always double check your measurements. And yeah, need to go buy another board. It's another $500. So there's one thing I made sure to do as I'm cutting it up with my trusty marker pen. I've marked each board A, B, C, D, E when I get it. Yeah, so mark each board and then put an up arrow so I know which direction it faces. That way, the actual floorboards, I mean they're pretty easy to tell anyway once the stencil's cut, but they're all marked, pointing in the right direction. And I'm also marking the offcuts because I've got plans for those. So yeah, handy tip, mark your stuff as you cut it. So there's one part that I'm just not sure on how to do yet. It could get a bit fiddly and it could break off, so I'm thinking about just cutting the whole bit out. But you can see my plan actually is meant to have this long skinny bit that goes around the wheel well. I'm thinking of just cutting it off and I just have this gap here. The next board will butt up, so it'll be only a gap of a centimetre in this little bit here. Not a big deal. Or if I tried to keep it, I'm going to have this real flimsy piece on the end. Sorry for all the noise, it's a construction zone next door. But yeah, so I might try and keep it there, but that'll snap off at the lightest touch. Not sure what I'm going to do there. Righto, so I just test fitted this piece of the Thermolite board. And it's a little bit thick, if I can get it in a shot, just in here, just on the side there. So I'm going to use my new Ryobi sander and just take a little bit of meat off it, so we can test fit it back into the van and see how it goes. Take two. Righto, g'day. So today we're preparing to test fit the floor so that we can mark out all the holes for it. That's going to bolt down to the chassis. Got to remove a few D-shackles first. These little guys. They're all along there. And they're so that when the van's set up as a cargo van, you can ratchet stuff down to those and secure your load. But we're not securing a load because our the actual frame is going to bolt to the vehicle here, so it's super sturdy. It'll be almost like a roll cage within the car, but I've removed a few already. I thought I'd just show you the last couple. Some are really tight, some are not. This one come out really easy. That's all it is. So yeah, that's going to come off. My insulation will go down, then the Thermolite board, then the frame will sit on top of that, and I'll have a different bolt, one longer, that'll go right through the whole lot and secure it to the vehicle. Right, so now what I've got to do is bring the floor in from out there, put it in the vehicle with some help. Then once it's in here, I can go to these holes wasn't a real good one to show you. And what I'll do is get a drill and come up from underneath and just slightly mark the board so that I can then put the hole in the actual flooring. But I only want to just slightly mark it because I don't want to ruin the thread of the bolt that's welded to the vehicle. So just stick it up there, give it a little spin, that'll mark the spot. I'll take the floor back out and then drill it. Yeah, this one gives you a better look.